Hi guys, my name is Brittany here at Niabi. Behind me I have our two Bactrian camels, that's Taj and Fergie. And I'm going to be reading a book about the camels called Roxy the Ritzy Camel by Anthony De Stefano. Roxy the camel was ritzy and vain. She thought she was gorgeous, but really was a pain. Just a tad snooty, just a bit plump, the fine food she ate gave her a big rump. But oh was she ritzy as could be. She loved jam and crumpets and afternoon tea. With jewels around her neck and earrings of pearls and ruby red lipstick like all the rich girls. She had a big mansion, a butler and maid, a wardrobe of furs, fancy leathers and suede. She lived in a desert as all camels do, which what can be delightful, but difficult too. There's sand in the desert, no flowers or trees, no cool windy weather, not even a breeze. And worst thing of all, no clouds fill the sky. So rain never falls and everything's dry. No water for the bathtub, no water for the sink, no water for the swimming pool, no water left to drink. No water left for Roxy, not even one drop. And when there's no water, life comes to a stop. So Roxy decided to find a new home, to leave her big mansion and go off alone. She heard of a city all her life long, ruled by a king, wise, good, and strong. A great king of kings, loving and true, his home was a paradise, shiny and new. A bright, sparkling city of beauty untold, with walls made of emeralds and streets paved with gold. And flowing from rivers and streams everywhere was life-giving, crystal clear water to spare. But before Roxy left, she packed and she dressed, and being so ritzy, she just packed the best. Scarves made of silk, hundreds of shoes, a room full of pocketbooks so hard to choose. Cocoa camel makeup, Calvin camel jeans, bags of gold and diamonds, enough for silver queens. She loved all her riches, which all of her heart, and tying them around her, she turned to depart.
Over here.
But out in the desert, there's not any road, and traveling's not easy with such a big load. So Roxy grew tired and weary and weak. Her mouth was so dry she barely could speak. For 40 long days and 40 long nights, she carried her bundles with no hope in sight. By the time she arrived at the great city's walls, she felt so exhausted she thought she would fall. But at least she was here and set to go in. Her wonderful new life was about to begin. She ran to the gate and tried to go through, but the hole was too tiny. It just wouldn't do. She pushed and she wiggled without any luck. She squeezed in so tight her bottom got stuck. She just couldn't fit, there wasn't a doubt. So Roxy reluctantly backed her way out. It's not right and not fair, she moaned and she cried. This gate wasn't made for a camel so wide. But just as that moment, from way up above, there came flying downward a little white dove. The dove fluttered softly around Roxy's head, then finally landed and quietly said, "Listen, my friend, I tell you it's true. You're too overloaded with bags to get through. So lighten your load by sharing your things. Give away all your jewels and your gems and your things." "What's that you say?" the shocked camel said. "Give away my things? I'd rather be dead." "No thank you," said Roxy. "I'll try it once more. But this time I'll charge like a big wild boar." So backing away from where the gate stood, she started to run as fast as she could. She hit the stone gate with quite a loud thump, then shot like a rubber band right on her rump. "Oh no," sobbed poor Roxy, "I'll never get through. Oh, what can I try? I haven't a clue." "Please listen to me," repeated the dove. "Please do what I say," he asked with her love. "Your riches don't matter, their value's not great, they're useless to you once you pass through the gate. It's nice to have things, and they can be good, as long as you treat them the way that you should. You're being too selfish and not very smart to love them with all of your soul and your heart. That kind of love is for heaven alone, it's not for the things that you buy on your own. So share all your things, or give them away. Listen and you'll be so happy today." Down deep in her heart, the rich camel knew she loved her possessions too much, it was true. And so she decided to give it a try, and take all her treasures, and kiss them goodbye. She made up her mind to give up her things, put all her faith in the great King of Kings. So down by the road she gave to some mules, her bags filled with gold and big sparkling jewels. She gave to a fox whose fur was a mess, her frilly white socks and bright silky dress. She gave to a slow and lonely old tortoise a diamond tiara that really looked gorgeous. She gave to some snakes not known for their looks her collection of hats and posh pocketbooks. She gave to a lion, off taking a snooze, her bows and her braids and boxes of shoes. And when she was done, she noticed that she was so much more happy and so much more free. Her heart felt so light, her soul felt so bright, she danced and she floated like a butterfly in the flight. Then, squinting her eyes, she started to trot. She said to the dove, "Let's give this a shot." She rushed the gate, but still it was tight. She squished and she pushed with all of her might. The little dove just watched, then flew around and said, "Try bowing down and going in on bended knees instead." That's the way he cheered her. "You're almost free and clear." All the animals get behind and push her on her rear. Then pushed and shoved together, they poked and prodded too. Then suddenly there was a pop, and Roxy made it through. Once inside the city, the camel looked around. She couldn't breathe or quite believe the beauty she had found. Valleys, vineyards, mountains, trees, rising in the air, lakes and rivers, streams and seas, and water everywhere. Best of all, the king came forth and welcomed Roxy in. He said to her, "Well done, my friend. Your joy can now begin. No more thirsting, no more tears, no more pain or strife. In this land of happiness, forever you'll have life." And all the city gathered round and gave a thunderous cheer, for Ritzy Roxy, rich with love, at last had made it here. The end. So it looks like our camels didn't come out, but we do have Taj and Ferg, and if you saw them earlier, they looked a little bit rough with their fur. So as the season changes from winter to summer, they start to lose their thick fur. It helps them to keep cool during the summer, and then if you guys see them around winter time, they have their really thick fur that comes on, and that helps to keep them warm as well. So they really do a lot of regulation with that, which helps them out a lot. But thanks guys for coming to Story Time. Hope to see you next time.